I'm here in Sanur at the Southern Roundabout, and today I'm going to show you all around town, mainly the main street. I'm going to start off here at this thing, which is a temple, which also serves as the Southern Roundabout, a major landmark here in Sanur. So straight up there is the main road, which I'm going to walk up, which is called Jalan Danau Tumblingan. This one over here is called Jalan Danau Poso. Lots of great things down there. That goes further south. It's Jalan Cemara. Really good coffee shop down there as well, called the Bear Bottles, one of my favourites. Check out down there, good Vietnamese as well. And then that road down there is called Jalan Kusuma Sari, and that goes down to the beach. We're going to go up this way today. I'll show you around. Let's get stuck in. The reason I wanted to show you around today is that I haven't actually walked this whole length of the street for quite a long time and pointed out my favourite spots, my favourite hotels and that sort of thing. I thought it was a good time to give you an update, especially because the footpath has been fixed in more recent times. As you can see here, this footpath was ripped up for about 6 months. And now that it's finished, it's a good time to show you what's going on. First place we get to, which is only like 35 metres from the roundabout, is Massimo's. They do fantastic gelato at a fantastic price. The prices here have been pretty stable for a long time now. You can get a little cup there with 2 scoops for 20,000, absolute bargain. They do great Italian food as well, pizzas, pasta, really generous portion sizes. So it's been around here for ages, that restaurant, and people love it. I love it too. Usually when I do these sorts of walks and point out the places that I really like, I always get people saying, oh, you didn't mention this place, you didn't mention that place. I don't mention every place because first of all, I don't know every place. But also I can't mention every place because otherwise the video would be like an hour and a half long. All right, look at this place here. This is called Warung Makan Sanur. That's changed actually. That used to be called Warung Mama Sanur. It's changed now. It used to be really good. I'm not sure what it's like now that the name has changed, but definitely was worth it back in the past. And if it has perhaps some of the same owners there, that still would be a really good place to go. Hello. So friendly. One of the good things about walking around in Sanur is that the people are generally very friendly, always wanting to have a chat. Next place that we come up to here is called Santorini. It's a bit of a chain restaurant, but I really like it. For Greek food, that is really just fantastic. Any time of day as well, not just for dinner. They do breakfast as well in there. Look at it, beautiful. Great food, decent prices. And because there is no parking allowed along this main street now, they've also opened up a car park area over here, which is really handy for those people who still want to use their own transport to come to Sanur, and now can't park on the side of the road. Little parking spot. The aim today is to get all the way to the McDonald's at the very northern end of town. That's what I normally do when I do these walks. It's about 3.5 kilometres, so it should give you a fair idea of what's going on. This place is pretty popular. This one's called the Daily Baguette. People will know that I've had a bad experience at the one in Ubud before, so I haven't been to that one, so I can't comment about it, but a lot of the viewers of the channel absolutely love that place, so maybe it's something worth checking out if you like your croissants and pastries and that sort of stuff. As we move just about 200 metres up the road from that roundabout, we get to our first large intersection, and this is called Jalan Duyung. It goes down to Pantai Duyung, the Duyung beach. Yeah, and then Sari is on the left, which is a great modern cafe, one of the really good modern cafes here in Sanur. Now, up that little road there's a few things. There's a little coffee shop up there. It's called Seta, definitely worth a try. That place also goes up to a place called Jojo's Pizza, which was pretty good as well. There are bits of accommodation up there as well. On my right there, that's actually this whole property, and it goes for a massive distance. It's about 300 metres. That's all the Hyatt group property. So they've got the Hyatt Hotel, but they've also got a place called Andas, which is owned by Hyatt, and it's sort of like the more modern style of Hyatt, really. A little bit more expensive as well. A thing to note about the Hyatt Hotel is that it's one of the oldest hotels in town, and because of that, they actually scooped up a huge amount of land a long time ago and built gardens on there. And now that we're sort of 50 years down the track of when they first started building, those gardens are like a jungle, and they are probably the best gardens in all of Sanur. They are sprawling gardens. There's shade, there's beautiful pools, there's just space in abundance there. It's a fantastic property, and at really sort of the low season times of year, it is a great value property to stay in if you really like your luxury. One of the things I really like about the Hyatt is that it still has a Bali feel to it, a Bali resort feel. There's sort of that feel that you have from maybe the 1980s or 90s. Remember if you stayed in a resort back then, the feel that you had, well, you sort of get that feel still here at the Hyatt in Sanur, and I really love that. Now, if your budget doesn't really sort of allow you to go to a place like that, there are plenty of other options in town that are just fantastic as well. Because the Hyatt has all of that property all the way up there for about 300 metres, and the property there is not yet developed, this is what is sort of like a bit of a dead zone. So if you stay sort of south of this area and you want to go north, well, you've got to walk through here. Luckily, it's all shaded, but some people, I know one viewer in particular of mine, really doesn't like coming past this area because it's just a long stretch of nothingness, but I mean, I don't really mind it that much. So coming up here on the left is the Paradise Gym. It's really big into health food. It's a gym as well. A younger sort of crowd goes there than most of Sanur. So if you're a younger person than me, you'll be at the Paradise Gym. If you're older, you probably won't go there, unless you're like a fitness freak. And then that over there, that little, if you walk through that little sort of vacant block, it gets you to Warung Pantai Indah. So there's a little warung down there on the beach, which is just fantastic for a few beers, especially in the afternoon when it gets a little bit later in the day. It's a nice place to sort of see the end of the day coming. And then a little bit further up here is perhaps, well, it's not perhaps, it is one of my favourite foods in all of Sanur, and it's not even Indonesian food, it's Mexican. It's called Taquisa. That place does brilliant Mexican food. They do tacos, they do sort of like bowls of like shredded pork and salad and just really fresh flavours, and you can get as much or as little as you want because the portion sizes can be quite customised. So you can get one taco if you want for like, I don't know, 30,000 or something like that, or if you want 5 of them you can do that too. Absolutely love it. That is Roo across the road, or I think it's French, so you would have to say that. If you're going to say it in Indonesian, you say Rue, but it's Roo. Really popular cafe that's only been there less than a year, I think. Really popular. And that's owned obviously by the Maya Sanur, which is one of the premier hotels here in Sanur. Another one of those 5-star things. Has really good ratings, people love it. I've never stayed there, but I have eaten there before. It's a very good hotel. Prime location too. All of this is prime location, by the way. This is the main central area of Sanur. That's a home decor shop, Magita. It's just quite modern, quite different to a lot of the knick-knack shops. So that's why that sort of, that's why I sort of mentioned that place. It's just one of those sort of a little bit upmarket places to go and get those homeware type things that you might want. So as we move further along, we have Cork French Tavern. And that's what's really interesting about that is that it's across the road from Watujimbar, and then the Hotel 101 is just up here on the left. And then there's a little side road down there, which is really interesting and worth just strolling down, even if you're just going for a wander and not going anywhere in particular. But there are some good warungs down there. Number one, Warung Old Brick, and then Warung Naksa is down there. Just looks like a service road down by the back of the hotel, but it's not. It's actually a through road. So go down there, check it out. Very good down there. Highly recommended. So, how you going? I'm coming over, I'm filming. I'm coming over.
I watch your videos all the time.
Yeah? What's your name?
Ross. Nice to meet you.
This is Ross,
hey, how's
my
it
new
going?
friend. Look at this.
Yep.
I'm just doing a bit of a walk around the streets.
Yeah, I've seen you in Bandung and down the south and everywhere, yeah.
Yeah?
It was awesome.
So where do you live?
In Cairns.
Yeah?
So it's similar to here.
Yeah, so you just come over for a holiday?
Yeah, we're here for like 10 days, me and the wife. Here for 2 days, then we go to Nusa Lembongan for 4,
nice.
then come back.
Oh, beautiful. Nice weather today as well.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Hot, isn't it?
I'm used to it. So.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, that's good, because if you're coming from somewhere like Melbourne, this is like a punch in the nose, isn't it, really?
They can't bear it.
Yeah.
Oh, this is awesome.
Yeah. Good to meet you.
Yeah, no, really good to meet you. And I'll keep watching too.
Thank you, mate.
Yeah,
see you around.
Take it easy, mate.
All right. Yeah, just coming up to the Artisadana supermarket department store. It's got the Peri Plus down there as well. That's the old Hardee's. So if you remember Sanur from a long time ago, you'll remember Hardee's. That's what that looks like these days. But I mean, all along here, it's just cafes and restaurants and knick-knack shops and little gift shops and that sort of stuff. The whole way along here, you just won't go sort of 5 metres without seeing something that you're really interested in. It's just, I think, a really great place to stroll along. Okay, that place across there is called Kopi Kiosk. Now that is a really good place, and that one there is called Datu Sandwich and Stuff. Now, those two places, Kopi Kiosk is sort of an outdoor coffee shop, a bit old school, you know, people really love it. It's a very popular place. And then Datu is just a fantastic, fantastic sandwich shop. Just brilliant, brilliant sandwiches. Probably doesn't get as much love as it deserves. I think it deserves all the love in the world. And if you're hankering for a sandwich, which may not be every day, but if you do hanker for a sandwich, check it out. Now, straight across here is Warung Rainbow. The places are coming thick and fast now. Warung Rainbow, one of the best warungs in town for absolutely sure. It's only sort of seats like 5 tables, and it's run by 2 or 3 people, husband and wife team, and sometimes with a helper. That is unreal for great quality local food at a great price. A couple of beers, nasi goreng, you'll be happy there. Section 9, great sandwiches. Another great sandwich shop. And then you have the Swastika Bungalows, which I need to mention because my brother stayed there and he said it's an old school hotel, but it has a very good feel about it. And the feeling is about it's well established. Yeah, it feels a little bit old, but the staff are also well trained. It's well established. They've got their procedures in place and it just works, you know. So that's somewhere that you might consider if you're looking at a centrally located hotel that has a traditional feel about it. This road down here is Jalan Pantai Karang. That goes down to the Karang beach. Now that beach access road, brilliant access point, that one down there to Pantai Karang. This next place up here is called Retro Kitchen. That's just it there. That's a great place. Like, it's a sort of a mid-level restaurant. It's really good food, really good food. Just, you can get everything you want there as well. This is the bread basket, which is extremely popular in the mornings. Sort of a bakery cafe type thing. And then this place over here, which I have to mention, is called Bali Moves. Now, Bali Moves are a real estate agent, and they're really helpful. If you don't know what you're doing as far as property goes, and you don't want to go through all the Facebook forums, you want something a bit more formal, they will help you out find a place, whether it's buying, leasing, renting monthly or whatever. They can help you out. Just a little bit further along, we have Three Monkeys, another extremely popular spot, really popular. I mean, so many places along here, especially when you come down here at night, they're just packed. So I'm here middle of the day when it's a lot hotter and you don't get as many people sort of walking the streets like I am. There's a few people around today, which is nice to see, but it's a lot more popular once the sun's gone down and people are up and down here looking for a feed at night. That's a big one. The Sanur Resort, Watujimbar. That is a really big resort. Very popular as well. I've never stayed there, so I can't comment on whether it's good or not, but just definitely the location is fantastic. It's a resort, pretty decent prices as well from memory. I think less than $1 million a night most of the time. I mean, it's very seasonal here in Sanur as well. Like if you pick an off-season time to come to Sanur, you can get some really great flights and some really great accommodation prices for sure. Here's the Wicked Parrot. This place is really popular. Sort of like a British bar type pub thing. Pretty popular with a lot of people, that place. And then we have right next door, the Gria Santrian, which is an old hotel, but a very popular one and a lot of Balinese styling. So if you want that real Balinese feel, the Gria Santrian is beachside and has everything that you want from a resort. I wanted to talk about Jalan Bumi Ayu for one main reason, and that is that there is a brilliant, brilliant warung down there, and it's called Lilla Warung. And they used to have a shop down at the beach as well, but that was closed down over a year ago now. But that warung, it's sort of like, it takes the warung food and just takes it up a notch. So it's not restaurant, but the quality is restaurant quality. So it still feels like a warung, but it's so professional and the flavors are so authentically Indonesian. I really love it, and it's easy to eat there as well. Like, everyone's gonna find something they really love. It's just a perfect balance of warung food, but just a notch up. I love it, absolutely love it. Just on the subject of loving it, it's been brought to my attention that I say I love it a lot because I'm really passionate about all this stuff. And look at this, this is a Tanjung Sari, which I also love. Again, one of the earliest hotels here in Sanur. David Bowie stayed there. Very old school styling, but very expensive because it's got a modern feel to it as well. Massive gardens. That's sort of what you want. You want these big gardens, and you don't always get them these days unless you pay big money. That place certainly has them. The beachfront location there is just sensational. Okay, we're moving further along now, and we're coming up to the Magnum Residences. That is a project mangkrak, a stalled project. Mangkrak, one of my favourite words. I've heard that they're starting to tear it down, but I'm not really seeing that happening at the moment in real time, but that's what I've been told. Hopefully it does get taken down or completed, one of the two, because having that as an eyesore just sitting there like that, not a good look, is it? That's actually right next door to the Icon Mall. Now the Icon Mall, very controversial. Some people absolutely love it and some people hate it. Well, I don't really like it. I have been there a few times, but I totally understand why people might want to go there. Someone like my mum loves to go there. She loves the traditional Bali, loves everything traditional about Bali, but she'll go there to get a bit of AC, look at the modern shops, do a bit of shopping, maybe go to a couple of cafes or restaurants. But my biggest negative about it, oh look at that, that's Happy Monkeys over there, Warung Happy Monkeys, got to go there. My biggest negative about it is that it draws a lot of business away from the main street, which is the lifeblood of this town, this main street. It's where a lot of local businesses survive from tourism trade along this main street, and it does suck a bit of that away. But I've got to say, that's happened all around the world as well. You look at a lot of smaller towns that have put a little mall in there. You know, the high street does sort of, yeah, it sort of does become a little bit dead, doesn't it? Anyway, that's what the Icon Mall looks like. You can take a shortcut through there to the beach as well, which is worth doing if you need to get through. And you get a bit cool along the way because of the air conditioning that's inside. Not far up from the Icon is Warung Little Bird. Really, really popular place. All times of day as well, for lunch and for dinner, especially at dinner, it's really busy. Incidentally, up and down this road, it's really easy to move around because there are shuttle buses which can take you up and down the main road. 10,000 if you're paying in cash. If you've got an e-money card, it's only 5,000. And you should be able to get an e-money card from the BNI Bank at the Icon Mall. You'll have to fill it up at an indoor motor. It gets a bit complicated, and for the sake of 5,000, you might not be bothered. Great little modern cafe called Over the Moon. Got to go there if you like your cafes. We're actually getting pretty close to what is called the end of Jalan Danau Tumblingan. And the reason it's the end of it is because the road changes names into Jalan Danau Toba. I'll show you where that is when it comes up. It's not far from here. Along this little stretch here is where there are a lot of money changes. And I've been to that BMC before, which is on the left over there. I trusted it. I got a good rate. I didn't get ripped off. So that's somewhere I've been that I can sort of recommend. But as always in Bali, when you're getting money change, be very, very careful. Count everything. Don't trust anyone. It's just the way it is for money changing here in Bali. There's been too many cases, even to this day, of rip-offs and thieves running money changing stalls, and unfortunately not a lot has been done about it. There you go, there's one of those red buses now. That one actually goes into Denpasar, that one. It starts from the Icon Mall. That's a different service to the one I was talking about, the shuttle bus I was talking about. It doesn't really go outside of Sanur. That one actually takes you out of Sanur into Denpasar. I've stayed at that place before. It's called Kubu di Kailas, a very small guest house with no pool, but very cheap. It's about 300,000 a night when I stayed there, I think. It's very cheap, and they'll even do sort of longer term stays. So if you wanted to stay here a month, they can do you a special deal. Don't book it online if you're going to do that. Contact them direct and you might be able to negotiate a pretty good price. Up here we have the Sindhu night market, and then that road down there is Jalan Pungutan. Now, Jalan Pungutan is definitely worth walking down to see what is down there. Mama Tapas is straight away on your right there. You've got Cultured just down there and on the left. Absolutely brilliant. Well, I mean, if you like kombucha, but I went there for the focaccia. Brilliant focaccia and coffee. And then there is Warung, which is one of the cheapest and best warungs in all of Sanur, which is down there. You have to go there. And then that's Warung Tongkola, which is just a corner. Warung, really? Love it. This is a good part of town. I actually plan to do another one of these walks at night to show you what the nightlife vibe is like as well. I'll probably do that over the next month or so. I'll do one of those updates because I also haven't updated the nightlife situation for a very long time, to be honest. Been a little bit slack with that. I've also done other walks around town of this nature up and down the beachfront path as well. You can search for those, but again, I'll need to update those sooner as well because it's been a little while since I've done those. This intersection is a very important intersection here in Sanur. So to the right, that is Jalan Pantai Sindhu. It goes down to Sindhu Beach. Brilliant place down there. That beach down there is great, and there's lots of good restaurants and cafes down there. Bull's Coffee, for example. You've got a barber down there, GC Barber, which I absolutely love. And that one there is Jimmy's Bar, one of the most popular bars in all of Sanur. Good place for a drink as well. We're making pretty good pace today, aren't we? Having a good old walk up the main street. To be honest, not that crowded. The traffic's flowing really well because there is no parking allowed on the side of the roads. Now, up here, there's a florist called the Bali Florist, but it's also attached to a cafe run by the same people called the Cafe Bloom. Now that is brilliant, great little cafe, absolutely love that cafe. And then next door, you have Bloom Work, which is like a little working space, and at night becomes Bloom After Dark. Yeah? Bloom After Dark, bit of a sort of a like mocktail type bar, if you like. Has sort of groovy beats and that sort of stuff. Coming up on the right here is one of my favourite coffees in all of Sanur. They do great sandwiches as well. And I don't think it gets as much love as it probably should do. It's called Mushroom Espresso. That place is brilliant. They also do this drink. I'll show you what it is. If I can find it on the menu here. It is called the Santo Lucas. So basically, banana, dates, and peanut butter. Brilliant, brilliant drink. Like really bad for you, but delicious. Warung Muaro Masakan Padang. That is good Padang style food there. I do love that as well, and I'll go there every now and then just to get a bit of like a rendang or a bit of curry and rice. Pretty cheap as well. I said I was going to tell you when the road changed from Jalan Danau Tumblingan to Jalan Danau Toba, but I forgot. It's actually where the Sindhu night market is. That's where it changes there. We are coming up now to the road that goes down to Pantai Segara, Jalan Segara Ayu. Another access point to the beach there, where you can park as well if you've got a motorbike and that sort of stuff. And we turn the corner, and that is coming up to the end of the walk where we get up to the bypass at the northern end of town. There's McDonald's up here, and there's another little restaurant which I'm going to point out, which I think is worth a visit as well. So the traffic lights are there, and the Warung Kembang is just over the road. They do Chinese food. It's very cheap, and the food is old school Chinese, but so delicious. Like, I really love that place. When I went there, it's pretty quiet. Apparently it gets busy at night. I had never heard of it before, but a lot of people who view the channel, when I reviewed that place, said, yeah, they know about it, and it does get quite busy. This is McDonald's. I'm coming into the car park of McDonald's, and here's Ronald McDonald. I think hang on, I've got the same clothes on. So there we have it. That is the main street of Sanur. That is probably where everyone in Sanur is going to be walking up and down when they come here. It's also the place that has the biggest concentration of warungs, cafes, and the big hotels. That's where that's all happening. One side of the road backs onto the beach because it runs parallel to the beach. The other side backs into the inland part of Sanur. I really love this town, and I really enjoyed showing you around some of my favourite places along the main street in Sanur today. So thanks for watching, and thanks to all the members who have joined up in recent times. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all things Sanur. I'll catch you next time, and sampai jumpa.